this video, we're going over the new top 5 meta SMG loadouts here in Black Ops 6 Season 1 Reloaded. We're going over both 5 and 8 attachment class setups that can be used in multiplayer in Warzone. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the good old PP919. This is hands down one of the best SMGs, if not the best SMG in the entire game. For the first attachment, we're not running an optic. The iron sights are amazing. It would be a crime to put an optic on the PP919. Now, for the muzzle, we're going to run the suppressor. This weapon has low recoil, so taking ourselves off the radar when firing is going to be the way to go. Now, for the barrel, I highly recommend putting on the long barrel when rocking the PP919 because we need to maximize our damage range so we get the fastest time to kill. The reinforced barrel is an okay option, but you're going to find yourself getting a lot of hit markers if you're not running the long barrel. For the magazine, we're going to be skipping over all these attachments when building the 5 attachment setup, which I ironically recommend on the PP919. A majority of the submachine guns, I'm always recommending running 8 attachments. For this, 5 is going to be the way to go, so we're skipping over this. Now, for the rear grip on the PP919, we're going to be rocking the ergonomic grip. This is fantastic, improving aim down sight speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed. Everything you need for a close range engagement, we have locked in with this attachment. For the stock, we are going to be utilizing the balanced stock, which is a massive W on the PP919, improving more strafing movement speed, hipfire movement speed altogether, and aim walking movement speed so we can walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are going to run a fire mod, and we're going to be jacking up this weapon's fire rate with rapid fire, giving us a faster time to kill at those close as well as medium ranges because this weapon has low recoil. We're gonna be hitting our shots no problem. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range with this 5 attachment class, you're gonna be very happy because we do have a fast sprint out, ADS, and we are still gonna have controlled recoil even though we are not running any attachments that are realistically controlling recoil on this weapon. This is gonna be a great submachine gun to use with only 5 attachments. Now, let's just say you want to go ahead and rock a gunfighter build, because honestly, I like running gunfighter builds. This weapon doesn't need it. What you want to do is put on a magazine, and we're actually going to be dropping the capacity down to 40 with the Fast Mag 2, which here it's going to be improving more aim down sight speed, reload quickness, as well as sprint to fire speed. This is going to be a good attachment if you're trying to run and gun and you don't find yourself needing the 60+ round drum. And also, let's just say you wanted to run another attachment, you don't really care for the iron sights, putting on that Kepler Microflex for a cleaner optic picture is also a nice choice here. And you guys can see in the firing range, we are going to have a faster sprint out, ADS, and we are going to have a precision optic picture here. This is overall a nice class setup, but for the PP919, I value having additional perks over the additional attachments. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. For class setup number 2, we're rocking the TANTO 22, one of the hardest hitting SMGs in the entire game. For the optic, we have on the Kepler Microflex. The iron sights are not the best. Now for the muzzle, we're going to be bumping up that vertical recoil control with the compensator. For the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel, bumping up bullet velocity as well as damage range. For the underbarrel, we are utilizing the vertical foregrip to improve more horizontal recoil. This is going to be more of an SMG AR hybrid. Now, for the magazine, I do recommend running the flip mag so we get a faster reload. We can always stay locked and loaded. For the rear grip, we are going to be utilizing the CQB grip on the TANTO, unlike the PP919 with that ergonomic grip. This is better on this submachine gun, improving sprint to fire speed, slide to fire speed, and dive to fire speed. Now, for the stock, we are going to be utilizing the combat stock. Because it does have a slower fire rate, we are going to drastically benefit from more flinch resistance and aim walking speed, so we can walk around aim down sight, and if we get shot, we can stay on target. Now, finally, for the last attachment, we are going to be bumping up this weapon's fire rate with rapid fire, transform this gun into a monster at all ranges. Once you go ahead and build this class, you're going to be incredibly happy because we have a submachine gun that is going to be packing a punch that has very, very controllable recoil, and it's overall going to handle fantastic. The sprint out speed is great, ADS speed is great, and the aim walking speed is even better. You cannot go wrong with this submachine gun. Now, let's just say you did not want to run an 8 attachment class. We are going to remove the rapid fire, we are going to remove the combat stock, and we also are going to remove the flip mag here. It's going to give you a bare bones TANTO 22 setup. It's not going to have the fastest fire rate. But as you guys can see, we are going to have a submachine gun that is quite literally going to be a point and shoot laser. It's not going to have any recoil whatsoever. Let me know down in the comment section what build you prefer better with the TANTO 22. And by the way, if you need help leveling up your weapons and unlocking camo challenges but don't have enough time to play or looking for a holiday gift, Eldorado has you covered. Eldorado is the go-to site for buying and selling in-game currencies, items, services, and even accounts. Eldorado is a vetted and verified company on Trustpilot with almost 30,000 reviews and has a 4.3 star rating. Eldorado is super easy to navigate and makes buying and selling accounts and in-game currencies a breeze. So if you're tired of playing games like Fortnite, Valorant, or maybe even Call of Duty and don't want your hard work to go to waste, this is perfect for you. Eldorado also has a filter option so you can fine-tune your search and find the account that you're specifically looking for, whether it's on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, if it has the camo you're looking for, or an account that's already ready to rock for ranked play. Every single seller on Eldorado has been vetted and fully verified, and if you run into trouble, Eldorado has a 24/7 live support with 100% money back guarantee, so you're always covered. Make sure to check out Eldorado. The link is going to be at the top of the description. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the JACKAL PDW, the pro player's SMG of choice. We're not running an optic, but for the muzzle, we are going to rock the suppressor. For the barrel, we're going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel, we have on the vertical foregrip. This is mandatory. This weapon does have a lot of horizontal recoil we have to control. For the magazine, we are going to be utilizing extended mag 2, giving us a healthy 50 rounds. For the rear grip, we absolutely must put on the ergonomic grip to improve that aim down sight speed and a bunch of other close range benefits that this weapon desperately needs. For the stock, I highly recommend putting on the balance stock. It's going to transform this weapon at those close ranges. And then finally, for the fire mod, we must run recoil springs to remove a lot of the horizontal and vertical recoil that this weapon does have. Once you go ahead and build this 7 attachment class setup, you are going to be cooking, because we have a JACKAL PDW class that has a fast sprint out, ADS, and walking speed, and it is going to be controllable even though we have a suppressor on it. Now, let's say you want to run a 5 attachment setup. You value perks, which is perfectly fine. You are going to have to remove the recoil springs. You are going to remove extended mag 2. And for the muzzle, we're going to be swapping the suppressor for the ported compensator to compensate for the lack of the recoil springs. Once you go ahead and jump in the fire range, you're going to see here, we still have an accurate class setup, but we are going to be on the map. So it's going to be dependent on your playstyle. If you like running loud and proud and just outgunning everybody you see, but eventually getting taken out because somebody knows where you are, or if you'd rather be stealthy, I have a class setup for both of those playstyles. Let me know down in the comment section what JACKAL PDW you prefer. For class setup number 4, we are taking a look at the C9, one of my favorite SMGs. You can't go wrong with the MP5. We're not running an optic. For the muzzle, we are going to be running a suppressor. For the barrel, we are utilizing the long barrel. For the underbarrel, we must run the vertical foregrip. Just like the JACKAL PDW, it has a lot of horizontal recoil we have to correct. For the magazine, I do recommend running extended mag 2 here, a great option. For the rear grip, we are going to be running the CQB grip. This is going to be better than the ergonomic grip on the C9 because we definitely need improved sprint to fire speed with this specific class setup because we're running a bigger magazine. For the stock, I highly recommend putting on the balance stock here, bumping up close range performance with that improved movement speed and overall handling. And finally, we are going to run a fire mod, which is going to be the recoil springs to take care of a lot of that annoying horizontal and vertical recoil. Massive W. Once you go ahead and build this 7 attachment class setup, you're going to be very happy because in the firing range, we do have a build that's going to have a fast sprint out, ADS speed, and we also are going to have controllable recoil with a suppressed submachine gun, which honestly, you can't really find too often here in Black Ops 6. Now, let's say you want to run just a 5 attachment build. We are going to remove the recoil springs. We are going to remove the extended mag 2 option, and we're going to be given a submachine gun setup that is still suppressed, that is going to be as accurate as it can be. I still recommend running that 7 attachment class with the C9, but you can see here, it is definitely still usable. Let me know down in the comment section what C9 build you prefer. And finally, for class setup number 5, we are taking a look at the SAUG, one of the better SMGs to use if you're trying to strictly run and gun. We're not running an optic, not necessary. For the muzzle, we are going to run a compensator. This weapon has a lot of recoil, and bumping up that vertical recoil control is going to be the first plan of action. Now, for the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the long barrel to bump up that damage range. We're definitely going to need it. For the underbarrel, the vertical foregrip is a must, helping out with that much needed horizontal recoil control. For the magazine, we are going to be utilizing the flip mag. This weapon already has a big ammo capacity with 36, which is definitely helpful. We're going to speed up that reload speed. Now, for the rear grip, I highly recommend running the CQB grip on the SAUG. We definitely want to take advantage of that sprint to fire speed. It's going to be more valuable than aim down sight speed with this submachine gun. For the stock, I highly recommend running the balance stock. It's going to be enhancing this weapon's close range performance because this is a run and gun SMG. And then finally, for the fire mod, we are going to be running recoil springs because this weapon has a lot of it, and definitely having improved horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control is a big plus. This is going to be a great 7 attachment build. Honestly, I've been making nothing but 7 attachment build, not 8 attachments, but you guys get the point. Gunfighter builds. You can see we have a fast sprint out, ADS, and we have a controllable SAUG. This weapon goes from one of the more inaccurate SMGs to one of the more accurate SMGs when you do build it properly. Now, let's say you do not want to run a 7 attachment gunfighter setup. I got you covered. We are going to remove the recoil springs. We are going to remove the balance stock, and we're simply going to have a setup that is going to have just the flip mag for enhancing our ability to stay locked and loaded in the spawn. Once you go ahead and jump in the fire range with this, you can see that we are still going to be accurate. It's going to be a rock solid setup that you can still have additional perks with, which is a massive W. These are going to be the new top 5 meta SMGs here in Black Ops 6 after the Season 1 Reloaded update that you can also use in Warzone. For the remainder of the build, I always rock the Sierra 9mm. This is going to be the best specialty submachine gun secondary you can have. I also am rocking the knife. I have on stem shot, blast trap, the assault pack, scavenger, assassin, bankroll, enforcer, because I'm running 3 perks under the same family. And when I am running a gunfighter build that is utilizing 6, 7, 8 attachments, obviously we have on gunfighter, which is going to unlock more attachment slots. Now, let's say I want to run additional perks. We are going to run perk greed. And instead of rocking dexterity that it gives you by default, it is a good option to either run vigilance, which is going to be allowing you to still have access to your mini map if a counter UAV pops up. And so in the fact that we are using a submachine gun, this is a massive W. Or you can put on ghost, which is going to be keeping you off the radar when you are trying to move around and flank the enemy spawn. Overall, 2 good perk options that you cannot go wrong with a submachine gun setup if you elect to rock perk greed. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and if these class setups help you out, let me know down in the comment section the best gameplay you got with them. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.